noise again. Same old spin, same pale trend. Yeah. Then I hear that daily drip, pull me in. I take a sip. Oh yeah, yeah. Gem in the cut, breaking game down. Dame do the math. Talking state, talking playgrounds, politics, pockets in the post that they push. What's real, what's cap, what's cooked, what's hush, yeah, yeah. Left talk, right talk, who's saying, who's selling? I'm just trying to find the truth they ain't telling. Laugh through the chaos, learn through the shade. Turn my late night doubts into decade plays. It's that daily drip. Tune in, tap in, got me leaning in close. Hit like satin on skin. Talk tech, talk checks, talk sense. I can spend. If you like how it feels, hit that like, tell a friend. It's that daily drip, wisdom on replay. I'm subscribed to the vibe, let it wash my day. From the clicks to the coins to the culture we meant. If you ride with the real, hit subscribe. Lock in, talk chips in the phone and the chips in the bank. Who owning my data while I chase these ranks? Timeline tweak, whole mood reshape. They show me the strings, how the big plays take. From the vote to the quote to the stocks in the sky. They break it down plain, why it all hit my life. Make a plan from the jokes, turn the gems into fuel. Baby girl, take notes, graduate from the fool. This that daily drip, tune in, tap in. Got me leaning in close, hit like satin on skin. Talk tech, talk checks, talk sense, I could spend. If you like how it feels, hit that like, tell a friend. It's that daily drip, wisdom on replay. I'm subscribed to the vibe, let it wash my day. From the clicks to the coins to the culture we meant. If you ride with the real, hit subscribe. Lock in, late night screen glow on my face. They be talking about the code and the cost of the race. I'm just trying to turn the noise to a ladder, turn the chatter to a bag, make the future move faster. Yeah, yeah. This that daily drip. Tune in, tap in, got me leaning in close. Hit like satin on skin. Talk tech, talk checks, talk. If you like how it feels, hit that like, tell a friend.
Hey y'all, how are you? It's me, your girl, Jim Jones. Thanks for popping in with us today to our daily drip show. If you are not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. And with me is my brother, our co-host, Plain Dane. What's going on, my guy?
What's going on? What's going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Your man Plain Dane. I'm here. I'm a little clean. I had to start over. Fresh start. This is a fresh start.
That's
February.
what it was. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to, increase my aura. You know what I mean? Aura farming a little bit. Trying to tap into younger me.
Oh, okay. I see you.
Yeah. Some of that. I'll take it. I'll accept it. Thank you. And thank you all that's been reaching out. Appreciate you. I've been having a lot of side conversations lately about pop culture stuff. People is like, hey, we want to hear more. I'm gonna give y'all some more of that. It's coming. It's coming.
Okay. So welcome to our Daily Drip Show. This is your show to get news, politics, and definitely a little bit of that flavor that's not quite probably what you think is going to be the perspective, but we come from various perspectives. I am from the tech background, over a decade of tech experience, and we're going to celebrate one more time. I got that AI cert. I got the AI cert, baby.
Hey, certified to testify about the AI. You understand?
So you'll have me talking about that quite a bit. And then with me is my brother Plain Dane, who's going to come to y'all with a lot of the risk perspective. He has, I don't know how many Well, lifetime experience on risk.
I've been risking my life a long damn time, but now I get paid for it. In a different way. I help people. Risk aversion. I am in that line of work. Some people may call it insurance. I call it risk aversion. I try to keep people safe and figure out different ways to get there. A lot of years of that.
And in the background, you're going to hear our producer chime in every now and then. He comes from a quality perspective, giving you the best service on service, minus how he gives us service on like helping us with some of this. Because sometimes he's just straight up rude. But give it up to Cassius Pay. What's up, man? Happy birthday to Beatrice. Shout out to Beatrice. Happy birthday. And what up, LLE Dragon. So shout out to y'all for joining the chat. Once again, if you are not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. If you have not hit that like button, go ahead and do that. It's free, don't cost you nothing. Very much appreciated. So we have a great show for y'all tonight. All right. So first we start off for the new people. We start off with the people's briefing. So typically we start off with the news, political flavor, and then towards the end we lighten it up and give you a little bit of that pop culture that Plain Name was talking about. So let's go ahead and start this off with the corporate Hunger Games. Now, anybody who's been watching the news or just, I don't know, have a job. There's a bunch. I just saw on LinkedIn a second ago, this lady talk about United, the health group just laid people off. I didn't even know that. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this that first quarter shuffle. You know what I mean? Folks wasn't doing what they supposed to do in that fourth quarter. Fourth quarter just wrapped up, baby. This is officially first quarter, so people are cleaning house everywhere.
Yeah, so layoffs, right? So it's a lot of talk about the job market. Once again, if you ain't hit the like button, you might as well go ahead and do that. It's free. Remind y'all one more time. So January marked the worst month for job layoffs since the Great Recession. Now, we're going to talk a lot about the economy, inflation, just things kind of going on with the world and government. But first, let's talk about layoffs, y'all, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't think anybody knows no one who's been impacted. I can think of several people that I know have been impacted. That's just people I know. Dame, you know people who've been laid off?
A few that decided to work at some point. I know a lot of unemployed people. Period. Just not.
And then you got the underemployed, which we'll get to this video in a second. But underemployed, keep them in mind, right? They're the people who are no longer getting unemployment, but
that's not underemployed. That's people who chose to just leave the workforce in general. They just said F it.
Yeah, but there's people who they
don't even count those people, which
they don't even count them. So keep in mind, this is not them folks. This is the people who are getting who are considered in the numbers of layoffs. So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure we got sound here because y'all about to be mad at me.
Breaking just moments ago, new data showing January was the worst month for job cuts since the 2009 Great Recession. CNN senior reporter Matt Egan is joining me now. What else is this report telling you?
Yeah, Sarah, look, this is a bad way to start 2026, right? Layoffs way up, hiring way down. So Challenger Gray and Christmas reports that during the month of January, U.S.-based employers announced just over 108,000 layoffs. Now that...
Y'all see that? 108,000. So I want to pause it so we can actually look at this. I know the screen's kind of small. Let me see if I can make it bigger for y'all. Like slightly bigger, not super duper big though. 108,435 layoff announcements. This is the highest since January 2009. They compared this to 2025 so December last year, like literally a month ago, compared to a year ago. It is up 118%. Now, if I'm not mistaken, last year there were layoffs. It's just like the end of 2025, everybody, you get a layoff and you get a layoff, and it's just busted open. So 2025, the year of the layoff, y'all. Y'all got anything before I hit play? Nope.
I mean, I've been
Go ahead.
Just real quick. I mean, it's, I work for a company that buy companies. So, man, it's almost normalized at this point. You know what I mean? Like seeing those numbers, I'm not gonna say they don't shock me because they're
That's a
pretty
lot.
damn down.
100,000 in just
Lot,
a
it's
month.
a lot of people out of work, y'all. Our unemployment is looking real crazy right now.
So in
But
capitalism is usually you got, the people who have been waiting for these moments. That means that people, businesses are on sale. That's pretty much what it means.
yeah,
You got ebbs and flows with everything, and when it comes for an opportunity, yeah, it's gonna be distressed businesses. Guess what? People who got a little bit, they're gonna come in and, hey baby, I got $20 for you. You gonna shake a little something? Yeah, I'll shake a little something. I'm gonna need 80%.
The
80%.
stock market kind
That's
of
all I got.
reflecting that.
You got 20, I
Dang.
got 80. Give it
Yeah.
up or die.
and on top of that, it's a lot of jobs that's been invented in some of these places that really have been proven to really bring any type of revenue in. It's a lot of vanity jobs. It's a lot of nepotism. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on for a while that they cleaning out. Stockholders have spoken. They like, what are we investing in? You know what I mean? So when that happens, yeah. And you've been hearing these rumblings for years. So it's kind of like a lead up, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people say, oh, it's because of this.
You bring
No,
up a
it's
good
a
point.
lead-up.
Because
It's a lead-up.
consumers are actually looking at value as well. So you
Yeah.
bring up a maximum point when it comes to what am I getting for my dollars? And then if not, right, we've actually seen, I don't know if we're gonna talk about this, but today stocks have slid for a few companies that talked about they were going to be investing in AI.
Yeah, okay, we can get to that second. Let's let it play a little bit longer.
No.
Let it play a little longer. We'll get into that, and we'll talk about the AI investments with that in a second. And also, we could talk about plain name. You brought up roles, and we could talk about that in a second too. So let's hold the phone on them.
Roughly double January of 2025 and roughly triple the end of last year. In fact, Sarah, as you mentioned, this is the highest since January 2009 during the great financial crisis. Of course, that was just months after the collapse of Lehman Brothers. Now, as far as where the layoffs are, it's really largely in two sectors, transportation and technology, really leading the way. In fact, two companies, UPS and Amazon, account for roughly 40% of the announced layoffs. Also, healthcare, chemicals, and finance as well. Now, as far as why companies are laying off during the month of January, the leading reason was a loss of contract, market and economic conditions, restructuring as well. Artificial intelligence, as you may have guessed, also playing a role as well. So you put all this together, and again, it really paints a concerning picture about.
Okay, so leading reasons, contract loss. So anybody who does consulting, if they don't got money to pay you, they don't got money for you to consult on anything. Market and economics. So your shareholders, they're like, nah, or people, you getting money from investors and they're not putting the money in there. The conditions of it, like holding on to the money, right? Restructuring.
There's a lot of restructuring.
I ain't even gonna touch that, man.
That's called extra jobs.
Closing.
Right.
So we talked about this on another show. We talked about an example would be the government changes. It was the One Big Beautiful Bill where there was a part of different facilities. I'm trying to remember the different facilities that no longer would get funding. And so because they didn't have the funding and like the more like the satellite more locations, I don't want to say rural, but it's like the satellite locations, those locations then shut down. And you talk about this play name, they shut down, and then now you got to go into the big city, right? That's what closings would do to that. So that's one. And then finally is AI is what the Cassius Pay had brought about AI. We can get the whole thing on that. We can stop here if y'all want, and we could just look at this and each of us pick something off of this. Y'all want me to go first, or y'all want to go first?
Sounds like
me. Okay, so artificial intelligence. So I'm gonna give y'all the cliff notes. Some of these companies, you got like, you're gonna have the Microsoft, you're gonna have the Amazons, the Oracle, the anybody who has like the data centers, and we talked about this before. when you say I'm going to put it in the cloud is not literally the cloud. It's still a physical thing that your information is stored on. It's just not at your house. It's just not at your specific business, but it is in a place. And that place has a bunch of little places. Think about the Matrix, right? All these other little pieces, these little these computers everywhere, right? Cost money. And we talked about cost of water. Like all that adds up. And so what's happening is they're investing, saying, hey, AI is gonna do all these great things, but it's gonna cost X billion to keep it running. They like, really? Yes,
Who's
maybe
billion?
billion. Who's billion? Your billion.
We,
You want people?
ours.
They said, listen, go get Robbie, who asked for 15 an hour, and just give him the 17. I don't know what's going on here. So there's I suspect leading reasons for job cuts is they're thinking short term. I don't gotta pay Robbie 17. How about 0? But it's not 0 because the water, electricity, the hands and the babies you gotta kiss to pull out the environment from where they are, the ability to get actual information from the humans you have there to be skilled for what you want to pull out of, all that stuff matters. It's not free. And I think the long-term cost, it's still gonna cost them. They get paid today,
Right.
they get paid tomorrow. But that's my part on AI, y'all.
Right. And then on top of that, I mean, at the end of the day, AI is about to start standing for all in. Because you got to be spending some damn money. And then on top of that, you know, how do you scale it? That's the other conversation. You know, oh, we can go and it's so smart, it can do this, that, and the third, but it's not a person. Somebody's still going to have to run that. Somebody's still going to have to make sure everything is moving the way it needs to. And then as far as on the risky side of it, because of COVID, folks that really learned how to work from home, you know, a lot of these buildings are getting sold off or closed up or getting used for other stuff. I'm in a building right now. It was once upon a time where I walked into an office, I was staring at 18 agents. And in the back room, it might have been 12 or 13 being trained. Guess how many I see today? It was just me in there with the CFO. You know what I mean? And only because I'm one of the ones that I like being in the office. But as we go on, I'm one of those people that's like, yeah, y'all going to start coming in here. You got to start getting hybrid. And guess what? You're going to be sharing that space with several other people within, because I work for a very large company. So at some point, it's going to be a schedule to where people are going to be in and out. Your office is not going to be your office. Your cubicle is not going to be your cubicle. It's just going to be
hotel cubes is what's called. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to be a plug and play situation. So that's where everything is going. And it's not just us. I was speaking with another company. Just happened to be in a cafe and they were talking about it. They're like, yeah, man, you know, we're going into the plug and play model. We're about to people are going to be coming in and coming out. And we're shutting down our other offices. We're going to centralize it because it saves money. Because now that people are spending money for nothing. I mean, that's basically what it is. Basically what it is, because
a great point there too.
Yeah. If you got your laptop and you got your docking station, you just plug it in. Just plug in, bloop. We working. You know what I mean? Everybody on the same Wi-Fi. Don't matter. Go home, same thing. But you got to come in and you got to check in because, you know, the more you at home, some people are less productive at home. So
that's the main piece. But another part that I'll squeeze in there is that there's, with the advent of AI and other features, there's been ghosts. You know, we talked about ghost students. It's people from North Korea and everywhere else that are assuming people's identities and getting these jobs and funneling checks back to, you know, their prospective countries.
Same with the school situation that we just talked about.
So it's a lot of fraud that's going on, where a company wants to make sure that you are the person that you say that you are, and that you're actively the person that's working on the products or the services that you say that you're going to be working on.
Exactly. Not some entity created through Copilot. One of those type of
right.
That's
I
crazy.
just
Like, oh,
had
you say you need that report by Wednesday? Okay.
You get it Tuesday.
I just had a phone screening not too long ago. They were like, "Hey, you looking for a job?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm here to get some." What you say, Davis? Play Davis. You ready to make some money? And I'm like, "Tell me about it, right?" So
Best
tell me about it.
interview
I'm
ever.
going through it, right? And then at the end, he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and city. Look. The formality is that after, like, you sound good and everything, but we gotta make sure you're real." And I'm like, "Real?" He's like, "You're real." I'm like, "Okay, like, well, what do you need me to do?" He's like, "No, like, literally, we need to make sure you're a human because we didn't almost got recent, like last week." I'm like, "Damn." He said they wasn't even here. They weren't real. They were who they said they were. They were not. I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah. So I have to have I would have to have a special.
So yeah,
like,
we can have a segue for
you
this,
know.
but just watch out for scams where you got people from overseas, because a lot of people, they do outsource their recruiting, right? But then they'll ask for, I need to see your driver's license. If you're gonna give them a driver's license, be ready to redact a lot of information from it, please. Please don't put your full driver's license on a picture that you're not going through some kind of portal in order to upload this stuff. That's
Right.
a real concern. The second thing that they'll give us a selfie or send us a picture of you. Well, you know what they do? What they use for that selfie or for that picture? They'll upload your face and they'll put it on their own face, so that in a Zoom meeting,
Face
they're
off.
assuming your personality. They're assuming you, and it's like
Oh,
you
face
say
off.
that you're, that like Dame's face is gonna be on somebody that has like a North Korean accent, for example. So just be careful.
Yeah, I'm who I say I am. Yeah, that's me. It's me, baby. It's all me.
That's wild. That's wild, big dog. That's wild.
So speaking of being wild, right? With no job security, right? Welcome to subscription survival. Rent now, pay later. Y'all heard about that yet? Drop some drip in the comments. Before we go on though, drop some drip in the comments. If you know people affected, or you know some tips that people have to help with, the layoff season, maybe they were able to get a job very quickly. Drop some drip in the comments. We do want to make sure we support our folks, and a lot of people going through it. So, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into rent now, pay later. Y'all can see the screen, right? Let's see if I can get any closer. I don't think so. All right, y'all. So it's an option for renters where you pay a fee or a monthly subscription if you miss a payment. So basically, oh, there we go. Affirm, Klarma, PayPal. Let's go.
Make the monthly payment. You can spread your payments out. Companies like Flex and Affirm are letting users break up their rent sums into multiple payments throughout the month. So let's say your rent is $2,000, you pay $1,400 on the first of the month, the remaining $600 on the 15th of the month. Typically, it depends on the service that you use. You pay them a fee or a monthly subscription. But if you miss the payments, that's when the interest rates go way up. So look, I get it. Rent is expensive and people are struggling to get by. But if you can't make your rent when you're supposed to, you might need to
Adam,
find somewhere else
is
to
this
live.
a bad idea?
This could be
it's dangerous. It's dangerous. I would say if you know that you've got expenses, account for them. Let them accrue over the month. Be smart about it, and don't get into a situation where you're borrowing something that you have to pay. Rent now.
Okay. What was his name again? Listen, that is, and I'm about to go to these comments because people are diabolical. I gotta log in, y'all, because it signed me out. But what he basically is saying, and I will say this, like my dad always talks about, make sure that you're not doing too much with your expenses. Make sure you know that, right? I don't know if people are like, yeah, let me get that $2,000 apartment because I know I can't pay that bad boy in about a month. Like, I think what we just talked about, let's say you have a $2,000 a month payment and you had a job, then you get laid off, they have no kind of package for you. So if you didn't save, which you should, save portions of your check, invest as people can, invest if you can. Everybody should really try to do something, right? if that were to happen, they're kind of screwed. Like if you didn't save anything, yeah, I'm gonna have to break that up because I need to go ahead and hit that Uber, that DoorDash, right? Like I'm gonna have to save up or make money because that's your options, either to invest, save, or make money.
Man,
If you the first two require planning. And if you didn't plan, now you're OnlyFans doing feet pics.
Man, listen. They got rent now. My company gonna be called Move, bitch. Cause what I'm about to do is we gonna figure out how we gonna, and I got another one called Hi Mom, cause your ass going home. Cause why are you even sitting somewhere where you gotta figure out how to break up your damn rent? Like, if you gotta break up the rent, you can't make up the rent. You need to stay somewhere else a lot cheaper. You and the roaches gotta be on first name basis or something.
I mean, but like also another problem is if you live in like New York.
You said it, dang. Is that means that you over leverage yourself on what you actually can afford.
It. That's it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, you can cry. You can't live on the good side of town. You can't afford that yet.
Ain't no stunting.
You can't afford that yet.
Ain't none of that. Right. You got people coming over. Check out my house that I just paid half on. Fuck that. Move. Time to go home. Time to go home. Time to get the roommate. Something. Time to get the I don't know. Get a small U-Haul and go home. And it's time to plan differently because first of all, why are you moving anywhere that one paycheck can't keep you afloat within the situation? You got to make at least 3 times the rent. I think that's the way. Isn't that how they usually go? I don't know, y'all. I haven't rented I don't know.
Yeah, usually. I mean, but they have other means. Like some states, they have things like, and I just recently found this out. But some states they do stuff like if you have enough money, you can prove that's 3 times or a year's worth of rent or something like that. Like if I have this much in an account, I can show you that I have today. They'll let you rent. There's that. You can obviously get basically a cosigner, which is like if you just graduated out of college, I can see you having a cosigner because they like you ain't got no credit, like you ain't got no real money. Like I can see that, right? So people have that. They have people who basically cosign apartments. Also, I'm trying to think, what's the other thing they have? There's income. Now we all know income restricted, right? Y'all know income restricted. That means you can't make you have to make beneath a threshold, and then they'll like federal subsidies for it. But in some downtown locations, they have income restrictions where you can't make above some like yeah. So like let's say you make 50,000, like that's the threshold and you can rent there. But if you make over 50,000, you can live in a nice downtown location. So there's that too. Because
like they'll subsidize a portion of a building but
you still can't make nothing. Subsidy. You still gotta have some. You gotta be between like let's say you gotta be between like 30 and 50. You can't like not have
right. Now there are other people that make above that, but there's allocations for people who make under a certain amount of money in order to be able to rent in a space for some of those buildings in downtown locations.
And with those programs, everybody should be thinking about like what can I qualify for certain things in a sense, because nobody's job is secure. Like based on what we just saw before, nobody's job secure. And we laugh and stuff here, but I mean, it could really be anybody. Like you get hurt.
That's real. That's real. But I'm just like where I'm at though. If it's ever that bad, man, I'm just about to go. I'm about to go home, or I'm about to buy a pistol and move to an interesting side of town so I can stack up this bread and get where I need to be in life. I'm just saying, if I absolutely can't go home, then I got to live where I can live. You know what I mean? To where I'm not struggling, where I'm not eating ramen noodle salads every day and trying to figure it out. No, it's time to recruit. It's time to recruit. Come on, big fella. Go back to the house and figure it out. That basement ain't that bad. That attic ain't that bad. I know mama wants you to come on before the lights come on and you 35, but you're stacking your money.
That's the price. It help you focus. That's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can't have company on Sundays. You know y'all gotta pray.
All
All of that. But you gonna save some money. You gonna stack up, and within a year,
Who you on the phone with, dang?
Yeah, mama, this is my damn phone. I love you, but and my name on the juice. You might have to deal with that for about a year or two until you get that money to where you could buy that starter house or whatever. That's the problem. We so busy trying to stunt in front. We not trying to, stack and lay back for a minute and try to figure it out. You going on, brother, if you gotta go and do a damn, what's the one of those
Klarna? You mean like Klarna?
You got a Klarna?
PayPal?
You got a Klarna your damn rent, brother?
Yeah, Klarna for housing is wild, y'all.
I understand you wanted that sweater. I get it. I understand them shoes look good. You want to make a few payments so they're 50 on. I understand that. We've all done it. But when you gotta do that for your damn rent, to me, that's going out sad. Like, yeah, I put $1,400. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the $600 on the 15th, and then the rest of the month, I'm gonna eat me a Subway salad. No, hell no. Go home to Bertha. Bertha, can I please get in the basement? I know it's leaking. I'll mop. Stack that bread, brother. All I'm saying. We'll stunt later. She understand. Whoever you dating, she probably sleeping on a damn mattress too. Y'all just got to start keeping it real with each other. Look, I stay with my mama because I'm trying to get this together because I'm trying to buy this house. Yeah, I ain't no more Klarna in the apartment no more. I'm back home stacking. I'm about to buy me a house. Tell your friends that in the group chat because I know y'all going to talk about me for moving back home.
Cassius Pay, you got anything to add?
Well, from my perspective, it's just value is becoming a thing. I know I talk about coins and silver and all of that, but this is a different space that we're in, right? I mean, you got a climate where everything's good, credit is plentiful and all of that, and then you have times it's called feast and famine. And so you want to make sure that when it's times of famine that you're actually being cognizant of where your money's going and what you're able to do. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at with it.
Speaking of being able, let's talk about women leaving the workforce. We just gonna go keep it moving. Because listen, if you're a woman, surprise, here comes another unpaid job. Enter the Labor Olympics, y'all.
Olympics.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's the childcare costs are the number one reason that women quit the workforce, according to new data. Now, a lot of people losing their jobs, right? You lost your job. What your baby doing not at the house with you? Like, even part-time. It's just you just don't want your kids at the house. No, you're gonna have to, because guess what? You need that money. So according to this article from CNBC, basically, I'm gonna wrap this up for y'all. They interviewed a couple women. Some of them were in the education field, some were not. And basically, after they end up giving birth to their kids, they realized that the cost for schooling, preschool, daycare, all those things, they might as well stay home. Like, if I'm right here, this one right here, this lady right here quit her job as an activity coordinator for a private preschool because after giving birth to her second kid, she realized the job was barely covering her gas for work, her commute. She had $400 a month preschool tuition for her oldest kid, and total, it looks like, and that was a discounted rate, it says, and $1,000 a month daycare cost for her younger kid. That's $1,400 a month, y'all. How much y'all think activity coordinators make? Let's look that up. You know she ain't put, you see she ain't put her how much she makes. Because I guarantee you, if you look at, let me see, what state was she in again? I forgot. I don't know if it told me.
It don't cost that much to put together a kickball team. Like,
That's not right.
I'm just saying. Come on, kids. Ring around the rosy.
So they make about 40 grand a year. Okay, so that's before taxes. Like, let's just do the math just on this first one, right? Because right here they said 42% of women who quit cited caregiving concerns as top reason, reporting secondly as low pay. So let's see, let's say it's 40K, right? Divide that by 12 months. Sis is grossing $3,300 a month.
Crazy.
Even if she had a husband, like, what's the point of even sending the kid to daycare at that point? The kid's like 3,300. After we'll put her in a tax bracket like a 15% just to be, let's see. So that'd be about it's like $3,000 a month. Divide that by 2. So a whole check of hers goes to daycare.
Right.
One of her whole checks is just so they could go to daycare and just go. So anyways, the main reason stated is rollbacks and flexibility. We talked about the work from home, right? We also got the layoffs. We already talked about that. More specifically in the layoffs, they were saying that 57% of women reportedly left voluntarily and 43% let go. And then they provide some ways that employers can help. They can provide schedule flexibility that allows women to be able to work from home, have a little bit more of flexibility on when they're actually in office or online. Some places offer on-site daycare, paid days off. Some places don't. And then also, this is interesting, conduct regular audits to ensure for pay and career growth.
Also, if you want to
Gossip, jump in
move
the
to
comments.
New Mexico, I think
New
they
Mexico.
have, governmental subsidies for free childcare.
Crazy. But I was gonna say, don't they
Is
give you
it good or
vouchers?
no?
It
Is
sound
that-
great.
Okay, cool.
You talking about New Mexico?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? What'd you say, Cash?
I asked about my mic. Is it better?
No, it sounds better.
Okay.
But yeah, New Mexico, they do give, it's not even vouchers. It's like they have a state level initiative to try to give people help, to give them childcare. So it's not even just like vouchers. They're saying if you come here and work, we want to give you care so you can go to work for your kids to have a place to have care.
Because don't nobody want to move to New Mexico. That's why.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
It's okay.
I
say it for you.
Like this lady right here, she was being laid off from her influencer engagement manager job at a nonprofit. While she was on
influencer engagement
at a that's what you was talking about for the hype beast jobs.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm an influencer engagement for a nonprofit.
Engagement manager for a nonprofit. It said the nonprofit cut 20% of their staff. She's 33 and said that they gave her severance, which was 3 months of severance pay. And she basically reports.
And what you gonna do with that now?
I have an idea of what I think she would be. Is basically consultant.
Consultant. It sounds to me like
she would be like a consultant for influencers. Like she would be like the point of contact for like the influence for whatever this platform is, which I'm gonna assume is probably like I don't know what.
That's an email that goes out to somebody. Hey, influencer, do you want to get a tax write-off to support a good cause? Please shout us out and say, hey, it sounds like a GoFundMe.
Not you downgrading sis's job.
Look, this is not service to that degree.
Yeah. Everybody else doing emails. She doing DMs.
That's pretty much.
She on X all day. I'm just saying, man. Whenever I see influencer in the title, I know it's a glorified title that somebody's getting overpaid to do. I sell a lot of insurance to folks that do that, and they'll tell you themselves. I'm like, what do you do? She like, well, half the time nothing. But we be in the think tank and we be trying to come up with marketing ideas and stuff like that, and I'm like, so your words are not even the final word. Y'all just cook up a few ideas and some buzzwords and kick it out to the team, and then they figure it out. I'm like, yeah. And them people are always the ones that get laid off first.
Drop some drip in
It's
the
that
comments.
first and then DEI. Those are the two that.
Well, I was gonna get into that when Plain Dame had talked about different jobs being cut, because DEI was very much at the forefront of jobs to get cut, and it kind of makes sense because you ain't right, Joe.
He for real, because that's all that it is.
That's 100.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, look, it's two types of influencers that work at these places, right? You got the realists that say, hey, I'm like, what do you do? Well, I'm the one that pretty much post about different things that's going on. I'm like, oh, so you run the page? Yeah, I run the page. I run about 3 pages for them. Okay, cool. Then you get the ones that try to make it sound all super sophisticated. I'm like, okay, so you DM people with a lot of followers and you try to get them to work with you guys. What's more complicated than that? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
This plan gonna be $600. Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
So drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all know people who, like, do y'all know either is it your wife, your mom, your sister, your aunt, your mom, like anybody that you know that has been impacted and they then have to pull out, their children from childcare, and that's actually pushing them out the workforce? Or do you think it's something else? Or do you think it's the jobs that they're choosing, which is what the guys are insinuating? For me, I actually do think that women are being pushed more out of the workforce, but also there's things in the world that's a little bit different. I'll give y'all an example. Schools back in the day, for example, you could kind of stick around. They kind of, I don't want to say provide more support, but they had more stuff for kids to do back in the day. So kids were sticking around the school a little bit longer. Teachers were around a little bit longer to do stuff with kids. You don't have
they were coordinators. You had the 4-H club. You had boys and girls clubs.
Boys and girls.
Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts.
Open gym.
All these things that Cats was coordinating. Like
I had an Xbox activity when I worked in the school that they were paying me handsomely to do. All we did was play Xbox all day. I had them take turns playing basketball. No, you can't do a creative player. Pick your team, play him, get off the damn stick. And that was a job. Believe it or not, that was a job. And then on Thursdays, we did open gym. And then I was the one that made sure that the kids actually stayed in the school. That was a job in itself. Because kids talking about something, I'm about to be at the club. I got a club activity, Mom. And then as soon as Mom pull off, she trying to, oh, no, take your ass back in there. Go find a club to be a part of. You shouldn't have lied. So, yeah, it was people that did a bunch of that stuff. And now it's like, that's your career? Usually the teacher was the activities coordinator. Now we actually have to hire one to do Ring Around the Rosie.
Well, the teacher, and that's the thing, like the teachers have basically said, like, I don't get paid enough to be dealing with y'all bad kids. And so I would say this, back in the day, if you did work, there were these things that your kids could do. But now that they don't, you got to pick your kid up at that time. So if you're the primary caregiver, which is typically, well, I can't even say typically no more because dudes is having to do it now too. But if you're the primary caregiver and they have to be picked up, then you have to stop work to go get that kid. Then you can't be at work and picking your kid up. It's just not possible to do it. So you even working a 9 to 5, unless you're married and one of y'all working 6 to 3 and the other one working 9 to 5, I don't really know how that's gonna work. Both of y'all to be able to do that full time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But that plan goes into play before the kids go to school. Either that or you strapping up, because y'all should be able to figure it out before then.
I don't know. There's a lot of women exiting the workforce, so I can't speak on that. I can't say, okay. Said we would stay at the church and serve spaghetti dinners, work bingo, PTA, all that 3-4 nights a week for a few years. Go home with my key on a string around my neck and make our own dinner. Yeah, they don't even do that no more. You can't. Anybody doing all that no more? They're not letting their kids.
That's considered child abuse.
Oh yeah, they can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You sent your 15-year-old son home alone with the key around their neck to get in the house. He's
I
only
only want
15.
I only want to tell you about the rides I got to church and the friend that stole the car that day. That was how we got to the to the church for the free lunch.
Kane was sticking his thumb out to go to the church.
No, I wasn't. You already had it mapped out.
Right.
Hey, we gonna hop in the car. Hey, JJ got the Cutlass. We gonna be at the Cutlass with JJ today. Tomorrow we're gonna be with Fat Larry. Fat Larry got his grandma's car. And we
Oh
gonna
my
hit food
goodness.
That's
churches
messed
to
up.
eat.
He using real ass names. This is ridiculous.
Well, the statute of
using first
limitations has
names.
probably been gone now.
I'm
so
using
anybody
first
coming to get him.
names. No, but
Everybody
I'm saying like, but it's a real thing though. Like we made it work. Now everybody, it's so much stupid stuff going on, and we scared of everything. Here we are. You know what I mean? Like that's why homeschooling is so popular now.
I'm listening. Yes, homeschooling is popular now because I gotta be at home anyways, and you all might as well pay me. And then you get the whole funding
Right.
thing where you might as well give me the money so they at the house with me. But yeah, it's a whole
I work from home.
yeah, you're gonna have to. And work from home as your kid. So speaking of legislation that's coming through, let's see how leadership is polling during all of this, because we've talked about a lot. And so there is, if you go to I can share the link to y'all later, but there is a daily presidential tracking poll. So in current state for today's date, it shows that 41% of likely voters approve of President Trump's job performance, 57% disapprove. It says that let's keep going down. Let's look at this. So total approval. Let me remember what he said that they used it for. So 1,500 likely voters. Of course, keep in mind it's going to matter who they talk to, where they talk to them from, and probably what exactly happened that day is going to probably influence it. But so people who totally approve, you can see how this is up, down, up, down, up, down. My goodness. But let's put this in context of what we just talked about. Remember January. We talked about January being the highest layoffs. That's really almost the lowest point. The lowest point was December, right? But January is steadily pretty not going up versus September. Things were cool. And it was highest, it looked like a year ago, it's at 56% compared to 41%. But a lot has happened, right? Look at this. Look at how much this chart has changed. A lot has happened, right? We got the ICE stuff going on in Minneapolis. You got tariffs. You got the Epstein files, right? There's a lot of stuff going on with this. I wanted to share this with y'all. I wanted to get y'all thoughts on, do you think something daily like this is A, realistic, and B, do you agree or disagree with these numbers? I'm trying to remember where I saw it. It told me, I think it was, oh, there you go. So it's margin sampling error, the full sample. So 1,500 likely voters with 95% level of confidence. And where was that? I think it said, there we go, right here. Daily tracking are collected via telephone. So they call people of 300 likely voters per night and on a 5-day rolling basis. So that is how they get these numbers. Once again, can be skewed, can be different. But I think this is,
it's a look at the draw. I mean, I've gotten some of these calls as a person that's in the voter rolls. So, like I know that it's real, and
did you
we're
participate?
just gonna be, hell yeah, I participate. Like something like this, I want to provide sentiment of what's going on. They ask you particular questions. They ask you if you Republican, independent, or Democrat. They ask you a lot of these things. And these polls are a great opportunity to give a slice to people who are in power for our legislation to understand where we at in society, right? If they are our policies working, because you can either call, you can either call your your senators or your representatives. You can write letters, or you can do these polls. These are the three main things. Or you can go to, whenever there's a opportunity to go to one of their presentations. Like, so you can, those are the only ways that they understand how people feel about what they're doing. Otherwise than that, they're operating in a bubble. So we want to make sure that we do provide the feedback. That's how it works. So use one of those avenues. You can email your representative, you can call them because they take the voicemails. This is how you become somebody who is don't just talk about PTA meetings. Be a PTA person that participates.
Be a needle mover.
That's it.
I never mind. Hey, I ran a PTA for 3 years. I loved it, and I love calling whoever was running whatever ward that I was in at that time. I loved it. Come on in, bring job opportunities. If you got applications, if there's a company that's been reaching out looking for work, look for people to work, we invite them in. If you got a person that started a new business, they starting a bakery or something, have them bring in and bring samples. Get in touch with the community. Very easy way to do so. So yeah, I totally agree with this, because a lot of times, like Cassius said, the only way they're gonna hear you is if you actually directly reaching out to them, or you got to become hyper local. And a lot of times you might have to, you talking to your senator, but you might have to go and talk to that councilman. And that councilman may have a reach that you may not have at that moment. You might not even know who to properly speak to. You're not going to find these things out until you start doing things like this. There's no way around it.
Well, I think this is good. But what we can talk about next, we getting closer to that hour mark. I was going to have us talk about Nikki. We can talk about okay, we can touch on Nikki.
She got played. We could just say that out loud.
Wait a minute. Why do you think she got played?
What do you mean? Why she got played? She thought that she did what she did for an exchange.
And Nicki Minaj get
all right, we'll go
the Trump Gold Card for free. And at the speaking event, she also mentioned that she is finalizing her citizenship paperwork, which is causing some confusion. So let's break it down. I'm Lawyer Lean, a U.S. immigration attorney, here to bring clarity, not panic, to immigration law. Years ago, Nicki Minaj said that she was brought in illegally as a child. Now, it's unclear if she actually came in undocumented or if she came in with a visa and overstayed. There are reports that she's actually been a green card holder for about 20 years. And that would make more sense because she has traveled internationally many times for things like performances, award shows, and if a person is undocumented or if they are not maintaining any type of legal status, which allows them to travel in and out of the US, you can't do that. An anonymous White House official has said that the gold card that she got was more of a memento and not actually the Trump gold card. More proof that she's a green card holder is that she mentioned at this event that she is finalizing her citizenship paperwork. You can't jump from being undocumented or if you're out of status to then being able to go right to applying for US citizenship. Generally speaking, if someone is not born in the US, they first have to get a green card and then they can apply for US citizenship. Something I want people to understand is that celebrities don't automatically get free passes when it comes to US immigration law. They still have to meet all of the eligibility requirements to get legal status in the US.
Thoughts before I finish this out?
Nobody's bigger than the program. That's it.
The program is the law.
Yeah, no one's big. I mean, you can't fast track this stuff. I don't care how much money you got. I talked to it's a man right now that does very, very well selling insurance for like mega yachts, right? Immigrant, green card holder. He been trying to become a citizen for years. It's been a waiting process. So, and that man has plenty of money. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not a shortage of money. It's not like he can't pay whatever they asking. It's just a process. No one's bigger than the program. You got to go through all the necessary steps. And don't mess something up because you're going to have to start all over again. That's why you hear about people doing 10 to 15 years trying to become citizens.
But do you think that she made that a big deal as cap, or do you think that she legitimately did not know the process? Like, I guess that's drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that she did this to put her name into the media, or do you think that she didn't really know the full process? Because it sounds like from this lady right here, it's not like Nikki was an undocumented individual, that she was known that she was here. She just might have needed to renew something or do an extra step of some sort. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know what y'all think.
I mean, you have to understand, she's a queen of rapping once upon a time, selling millions of records, becoming a
And
citizen.
tax money.
Probably, yeah,
And tax money.
all of that. But bottom line is that that's probably wasn't even in the forefront of her mind. Because why did it matter? I'm in and out of here anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not studying that. But right now, I think honestly, becoming a citizen for real didn't really matter to probably less than a month and a half ago when people started that petition. All of a sudden, it became important.
Yeah, they was out there trying to get her up out of here.
Yeah, man, they got 50,000 signatures on that thing. They was trying to get
50,000
her up out of here. Yes, that was the aim. And I think last time I checked, it was like 30K, 40K. So they were trying to get her up out of here. So that was her slap in the face to her haters. Like, yeah, I got the Trump gold card. You know, but the whole time she was just like, it was a wake-up call. Just like Ice is when Ice come knocking. Oh, shit, I should have filled that paperwork out. It's the same deal. She got the Ice baby treatment.
Drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that she what do y'all think? Do y'all think she knew, or do y'all think that she didn't know? Cap or no? Drop a cap in the comments. Drop a cap in the comments. Speaking of not caring, not giving a damn. This is great. And now the internet is doing what it does worse. Let's talk about some digital disrespect, y'all. Because you already know what we're about to get into. The digital disrespect, y'all. Let's go.
Is about voting machines, but at the end it includes an animation showing the faces of the Obamas transposed onto the bodies of dancing cartoon apes.
Hold on. I had to pause it. Now, mind you, this is coming from his X account, okay? All right,
Truth Social.
Yeah, true. Is that, yeah.
I thought it was
his
his
Twitter
account. Okay.
No, it was on True. It was Truth Social.
Okay. All right, we're going to keep it going.
The White House's initial response came from Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who said it was an internet meme about the Lion King and to, quote, please stop the fake outrage. But soon after, members of the president's own party unleashed real outrage, calling it totally unacceptable and appalling. Republican Senator Tim Scott, the Senate's only Black Republican and a close ally of Trump's, wrote, it is the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it. Around noon, the post was deleted and the White House changed its response, saying a staffer erroneously posted it.
Now, listen, whoever is running the X account from the White House has been on this type of time since day one.
Right?
I don't even know why this even, like, he or she has been on this type of time the entire time. If I'm not mistaken, didn't they post about his name is on the tip of my tongue. The man who was killed by or unalived by his son on the drugs. They had posted stuff like that about him. Like,
oh yeah.
Come on now. I guess we blaming this on that White House staffer. Now, to be fair, I probably could believe that because whoever run that account don't care.
It came from the president's Truth Social account at 11:44 p.m. Thursday night. But GOP lawmakers continued to denounce it and called on.
Look at that. I've got to go back to see what they put on there. Let's see if I can go back a little teeny bit. Right here. The release of these images, Mike Turner, Representative Brian Fitzpatrick. So
Announce it and called on Trump to apologize.
Barack Hussein Obama, have you heard of him?
The president has attacked Obama for many years, falsely pushing the birther conspiracy theory that Obama was born in Kenya, not in the United States, and therefore not a legitimate president.
CBS News has learned that after Senator Tim Scott publicly condemned the post, President Trump personally called him to say it would be removed. But despite the calls for the president to apologize, he has not. In fact, Trump has not said or posted anything about the controversy.
drop some drip in the comments. What y'all think? Do y'all think that a United States president should apologize? I almost want to do the Willie D, but do you think that a United States president should apologize for those kind of comments?
I mean, it's all at this point. He damned if he do, damned if he don't. That was by far one of the dumbest slip ups I've ever seen. Like, you all don't watch. You don't watch all of what you post. Like, I get it was a screen recording or whatever that rolled right into it. I got the initial intent of it, but you knew he was gonna get cooked once they saw. I mean, everybody was depicted as animals, but you knew he was gonna get cooked the second you seen Obama and Mrs. Obama as apes. You knew he was about to get stir fried. I don't know why. Like, I was just super
that one is completely tone deaf. Like, and everybody knows that if you were born from the 50s to the 2000s, you already know that. So, you know, that's one of the ones that you don't do. You don't do bananas, monkeys, or apes, or whatever it is.
Like, I don't care if you did have Biden
seriously, right?
Yeah, I don't even care if you did have the bottom line is 80-year-old president shouldn't be posting that damn much anyways. It's been out of control for a while.
But he ain't posting it. Like, he can't be posting these.
He's okay in it though. That's the thing. You've empowered somebody to do that. Ain't no way around it. You can fire whomever, but that you fired whomever because you empowered them to move that way. And they've been moving weird for a while. The White House Twitter is crazy.
Yeah, the White House.
They've been up there going crazy for a while. It's been horrible.
Yeah, the White House Twitter has been doing too much.
Where it's hard to take it seriously, and so like that's my problem with it. And I'm a conservative person, and so like it makes it really, really hard to take the White House seriously when you got AI slop, when you got these Jungle Book, whatever the hell it is. It doesn't make sense. Be serious. People are over here trying to figure out between Rent. They Klarna and Rent, and we over here got video.
People getting laid off, and the day after one of the biggest layoffs in history, you walking around in a meme pretending you Simba. Like, come on, dog. Come on. Whether you okayed it or not, it was disastrous. And Caroline Levitt, I understand your job, sweetie, but the first thing you should have did was call them and ask them, look, how do you want to approach this? Because you really can't defend it. You really can't. It's one of those things. Sure, you're going to watch the whole thing. And sure, we could say, well, is it racist or is it just bad taste? It's a bit of both, no matter how you cut it.
Well,
because it wasn't no gorillas in the damn Lion King. That's the thing that doesn't make sense.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the other part. Yo. You right. Ain't not one girl.
Yeah. Well, you had the smart. What was he wasn't a gorilla though. The smart.
You talking about Rafiki? Rafiki was not a gorilla.
He was a
because
baboon.
Gorillas are in the jungle. They're not in
That's
the
what I'm saying.
Sahara or the savannah.
Yeah.
And Rafiki was a baboon. Rafiki.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he was
Zazu,
a type of monkey, but he wasn't no damn gorilla or nothing.
Nah, you know what? Wasn't no monkeys in the whole thing.
Nah, it was just dumb as hell. It was dumb. It was tone deaf. You basically, in light of everything that's going on right now, this was the last thing we needed. The last thing we needed. And it was a great distraction from a lot of other stuff that's going on. So this gives, the White House got a black eye today. No pun intended.
Well, I'm trying to figure out a good segue for this. The White House got a black eye.
Speaking of monkeys,
nah,
Oh,
no, you didn't. No, what I was gonna say is, speaking of the White House getting a black eye, let's talk about the white births going below 50%. Wow.
Oh Lord.
So
Wow.
this is interesting because we've talked about the birth rate before. According to this right here, which this is diabolical in the setup, but white births have fallen in the U.S. Across the nation, and to be fair, it's not just white births. Children and birthing in general is I think it's like, I don't remember what they call it, but basically the per person per
capita
couple.
Yeah.
I was gonna say per capita, but I thought that only pertained to actual like geography. But each family, like a married couple, is not having the 2 to 3 kids like they used to. And back in the day, it used to be 3 to 4, right? Think about how many people. Think about how many people y'all know who got 1 kid. Now think back when you were a kid. Anybody who's a millennial, Gen X, Boomer, when you were a kid, how many people you know that were an only child? It wasn't.
That used to be a stigma for like.
You can't have no other baby.
Yeah.
What's wrong? They need a friend. They need a friend.
You got
That's the
looked
first
at
thing to tell
funny.
them. What's
Right,
wrong with
Yeah,
your
you got this
Like,
selfish ass
what's
kid.
wrong with my ovaries? Like,
Exactly.
like why
Exactly.
can I just like want to live a life with just my one baby where I pour into them? And a lot of families are opting in for that type of lifestyle. So
I mean, it's financially smart, but back then it was like,
So they say the country's total number of annual live births fell during the same period, which is 3.9 million to 3.6 million. Let's go to these comments because y'all know I like to. Is it gonna let me?
white births in the U.S. have fallen below 50%, courtesy of Black Media Page.
Wow. So a lot of people are saying that they
Thank
Yeah.
God. Oh my God.
yeah, this is like, and think about like the way that the culture is, right? Like people are like laughing about it, but this is the
not the
political
only.
part.
It's not the only demographic that has a decline in births.
It's
actually
everybody.
across. Yeah, it's across
Right.
the board.
Yes, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, is that it's not just white births, it's births in general and fertility itself. And people aren't talking about fertility the way that they should. A lot of people, like we just said, think back. How many people do y'all know that was an only child? And now hold. Think about how many friends or people if you got kids, people your kids go to school with that are only child.
I got one cousin that's the only
Astronomical.
child out of everybody of all my cousins. One
Now think
cousin
about
that's
your
the only
cousin's
child.
kids. How many of them got 1 kid compared to that?
My cousin got a whole bunch of fucking kids.
That one that got 1 kid, but think about your other cousins. Like when I think about it, I'll give you my cousins, for example, like hardly anybody has kids. Like the majority I'm trying to think. It's 90% on one side of my family has no kids. 90%, everybody's officially adults.
But what?
And they range
Okay, I
from
was gonna say, what's
18
their
years
age
old,
range?
18 years old to 39. 18 to 39. There's only one 18-year-old out of it. Everybody else is over 25. So the majority is between 25 and 39, and only 2 grandkids. 2 out of 10? I think it's 2. So 20% have grandkids.
Yeah. I had
Think
one
about it when
friend.
think about it.
Only
Think
one.
about it.
And we don't talk now.
But that's crazy, right? Like, at least just imagine back in the day, everybody who's Gen X, millennials, boomers, them family gatherings, them family cookouts,
Lit.
like it used to be crazy. But think about it, if it was just everybody was an only child, how would that have hit?
Horrible. There's a bunch of selfish ass kids in the room. A whole bunch of that's mine.
Don't touch my
That's
PlayStation.
mine.
I got that
You
stick.
ain't
That's
sharing
mine.
nothing. We ain't sharing nothing. No, you can't play with my DS. Nope, you can't get on my PlayStation. You can't get on my computer. Hell no, you can't shoot my Super Soaker 200.
So let's talk about this I'm gonna talk about it for a tech perspective for a second. I think it's pretty fitting, wouldn't you think? It's pretty interesting that we want to make things with less people. We need less kids. We need less people. And I'm not advocating that everybody should have kids. I promise you, there's people that I see that I'm like, you don't need no baby. Please don't. How many kids you got? Hopefully 0. There's people that I've met that I'm like, you somebody that.
I'm tasting no cooking. What the hell you doing procreating?
So,
there you go.
Child support. Yes, and you're right. TC Provo, you're right. So child support is also a reason a lot of people see, and we talk about check out the Brett Fairley videos that we have out. Shout out, free Brett Fairley. He's still in jail over a baby that ain't his. One baby. Woo. Dang, 8 kids. That's a lot of kids. How many siblings?
That's a honey.
He said they're making it up for his incredible pull.
Sure, man.
Right.
But my thing is this: like we talked about the economy, and people are like, "Oh, it's you just figure it out." Well, we have shown from this perspective that figuring it out would be difficult, and the replacement for humans is tech. So why would to me, I mean, I can see why birth rates are down. And shout out to my people who have fertility issues too. I feel for y'all as well. And some people, it ain't that. They just want one baby. The thing is, they're blessed to have that one baby. And people don't think about how insensitive that is. So
that's the thing too.
Keep that in mind too, y'all.
But half of these ladies, they out here protesting. They so busy out here pumping their fist, they ain't getting pumped.
What?
Ooh-wee.
Hold on.
Ooh-wee.
Somebody gonna
Zoom
pump.
in.
I don't even know why you playing like that. Wow.
They out there, listen, they holding signs instead of diaphragms. They is not out here getting it in. They too busy up gene. They ain't got time. They ain't got time. That's what I'm finding. Or they trying to conquer the world. They trying to be boss babes. You know what I mean? They so busy trying to have that good job, and ain't nothing a man can do for them, especially if he don't make over $400K a year and all this kind of. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, if you're not making $500,000, don't talk to me.
I'm trying to figure out who these people are. Drop some drip in the comments. You making over $300,000 a year?
They ain't making 500,000 pennies to be talking about.
Shit, I'm making a Turkish fortune.
Here's a real question. It's always, and that's interesting. That's a whole other topic. Is he needs to make $300,000 a year? Okay, girl. So what you about to do for this $300,000? Because we talk about the girls who go to Dubai getting them things done.
Right.
Too. What you doing for this $300,000?
Right. Exactly. And why do he want to deal with you when my homie Joe can come over and smash, and with his incredible pullout game and a ham sandwich, he off to the races? So why are we dating you when you got somebody can come through on a sneaky link and all this sneaky, and he's sneakily making sure that he don't shoot up in your toxic ass? So that's why you ain't pregnant. Or you popping Plan Bs like M&Ms.
You know,
and everybody
what?
is below weight now. Everybody on those Ozempic now. They all Ozempic fit. Them pills work now. You know, when you're a big girl, the Plan Bs don't work. You stay pregnant on that plan. Oh, you weigh how much? It ain't working, rap. So everybody's slim now too. So everybody's slimming down. They don't have Wegovy.
Speaking of slimming down, we're gonna slimming down right on into that rewind and rethink. Okay.
Wow.
Segue
Let's talk
game.
about
Crazy.
cultural
It's
pressure.
diabolical.
Cultural pressure meets modern identity. Let's talk about arranged
Hold up. Joe said,
marriages.
"Can't
Go ahead.
even cook." Talking about she want $400K. Baby, I can buy everything I need from a woman.
Damn.
Meal, things. Strange for some change.
He said he about to go buy all these robots. Somebody gonna cook, somebody gonna clean, somebody gonna do them things.
That's the other part of it too.
Come in.
You know,
dead or alive, you're coming with me, literally.
Do we want a relationship and she want a rose?
So let's go ahead. I got this. Let me put that back up there because I think it went away. So we talk about relationships. We talk about, expectations of women. One thing that we haven't really talked about on this show, because we do touch a little bit about values and morals and so forth. And the reason why this is relevant is that we have a bit of I don't want to say a clash, but the United States is such a melting pot that we get other cultures who have to try to kind of figure out why y'all doing what y'all doing over here. And I come from X over here, and I'm still trying to live in my culture in this other culture. Well, let's talk about arranged marriages. I think I talked about this before. One of my guilty pleasures is watching Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, all these kind of shows. And one of the shows I watched is Indian matchmaking. Learned a lot. And I think I watched the Jewish matchmaking as well. And so it's been insightful. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is this article. So I can't remember what this lady's name is. This is her parents. Oh, where's her name? Sona Jepsen. I believe that's her name. But so I can summarize this for you. Long story short, she was arranged for a marriage when she was like 12. Husband was somebody she knew. The arranged guy was someone she knew that she thought was super cute when she was young. So she was bequeathed to him when she turned 18 years old. She's supposed to go ahead and marry him, yada, yada, yada. This is her parents. So this is her. So he went to, where did it say? He went to a private school. Where did he went to Cambridge? Where was he at? Was he at Harvard? So he went to Harvard Business School. And one of the things they let her do is go meet him to make sure they get to know each other. That way he could propose, go home, and be married. So 2 years is the deal. After that, supposed to go ahead and, do the whole thing. But she got here and basically realized,
got buck wild.
Wait a minute. Y'all don't got to do this. Y'all can date whoever you want.
She walked to the stove.
She was able to then convince them to let her not get married. I think the first year, kind of like go to school and stuff, like be near him. They're like, all right, whatever. Then she said, you know what? I'm not coming back. I'm cool on him. Man, her parents took that back so fast and said, listen, what are you doing? His parents took it back. Anyways, they basically disowned her, right? After they disowned her, she went to school. She ended up meeting
she hugged up
her husband. Yeah, she ended up. Well, it was like a couple. So a little bit. She's still in school.
Homeboy looked like Dr. Strange, though. She did what she did.
He looked like he bent her like Beckham.
So she meets him in her class. They end up being together. They get married. Right. And during this time, her family, like, she wasn't allowed to go to the weddings. Like, grandma didn't want to talk to her. Nobody's messed with her at all. They get married. They end up having kids. And some get married. They end up having kids. And she basically misses out on her Indian culture. And in this time of missing Indian culture, she expresses that she doesn't really assimilate to American culture. Now, this is important, right? People who are from the US, right? And we talk about immigration. I think this is important to look kind of from that lens. She is not from here, but she can go home. And she very much talks about in this that it's a weird space where she can't go home. So eventually they have 3 kids and her parents come out here and get to meet her kids and her husband. That's his parents. Within months of each other, both her parents died. And so I wanted to bring this up in the sense of humanizing the path that some people take to be here. And her reflection of this was like, I'm happy I took the path I took because I'm here, but I also don't get that time back that I lost from all that time of being apart. So, anyways, as we talk about births, as we talk about relationships, as we talk about culture, as we talk about immigration, everybody's path ain't so sweet, right? Like she was expected, this was supposed to be her expectations. And this is what she decided to do. So drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all know anybody who ended up getting immigrating here, having their own story? Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Are they still single, Joe?
I mean,
because I'm just saying, like,
nah.
because there's a stigma, I would assume, on.
He said he knocked the bottom out of that thing.
Wow.
I mean, it's it happens. It happens. Once they get ingratiated into this culture, they can't get enough of it. Now, what usually happens is once they get their feel, if it's not the arranged situation, they will go back home and find one of their own and get married. But they kind of did their old version of Rumspringer. If you get what I'm saying. You understand?
Well, that was one of her things too. She was saying that it wasn't cool that she basically had to sit there and study and so forth. Now this plays into the modern women perspective. So put y'all's ears on. She said it wasn't cool that she is bequeathed to him, but he was allowed to go out and smack fire out these other chicks until she became an adult. Like, why was that okay? Like, why do I have to be bequeathed? Now, it's a similar. Now, I want y'all to think about this in the lens.
And that's
of
why they don't want women to go to college, right there.
Well, and I want y'all to put this in the lens of
the young being women. Facetious, but slightly true.
So they running the check low.
But basically,
it's over with. Don't run into me. Don't do that. My college years was freak nasty. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And I wasn't even trying to be out there like that. But they was calling me.
No, it's just them college years, baby. That is their version of Rumspringer. And trust and believe you me, she had her feel before she ran into Chris Martin from Coldplay. Believe that. She definitely was doing her one too. We ain't gonna just act like the referee. We ain't gonna act like the referee put her in the damn game. She was already in the game when she met him. You understand me? And like you said, while homeboy was outside, smacking Cayenne out of Ish, she was getting the sonic rings knocked out of her too. Believe that. And she was
so she wasn't though back then because she was like 12. So when she was like 12, the other guy was like 19. So then she was bequeathed to him, and like there's that big age.
So where does the college part come in? So she was going to college at 12?
No. So she was given arranged for them to be married.
They okayed it when she was. That's
like 12, 13.
In their culture, usually they okay it when they're around that.
Correct.
Between like 12 and 13, 14. That's when they be like, yeah, this is who you gonna marry.
So 5 years later, that would have made her like 18, 19, and he would have been like 25 going to Harvard Business School. So he was already getting that upper level degree. And so that's why he was correct. So but what she's saying is for between 12 and 18, while he was an undergrad, he was just doing whatever he wanted. And she's saying like, that's crazy. Cause like, as soon as I become an adult, I'm hemmed up. You was free. Like, and so why I gotta be hemmed up? And this is, I'm giving this in an Indian woman perspective from that article, but it's the same struggle for modern women today in America. Like it's the same question. Like y'all expect us not to date people or whatever, but y'all out here smacking fire out of whoever else, and then you tell me my value's low.
It ain't y'all.
Hold on.
Okay,
But in the Indian culture, from what she conveyed, it's no different than what is being conveyed here in that sense. That's what the connection I'm trying to make is that modern women are like, oh, you won't want me because they got fire smacked out of me. Well, they didn't want her to, because she wasn't even allowed to come back to India. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the parallel. That's the expectation of a woman.
American, so keep your ass there. That's what they saying. You on your own.
Yeah.
So that
Because
was where I was.
first of all, she probably disgraced the family. You know, that's
Right.
one thing. They got to eat crow with her family. They probably had to
Right.
pay back whatever dowry.
Yeah, they probably had to shoot
set
them
up.
some money because you wanted people to pledge allegiance to that coochie. You should have stayed the path.
Not
You should have
pledge
stayed
allegiance to
the path.
coochie is crazy.
I'm just saying that's what it is.
Yeah, don't nobody want no
He just being
diplomatic
crap, man.
ass. We don't want the diplomatic ass. That ass was promised to be fresh and ready to be served in a marital state. And you decided you wanted to go off to Brooklyn Community College and let Todd and Fred and Frank, and then you ended up with Chris Martin from Coldplay's little cousin. And here we are. Fast forward. Now you got a few crumb snatchers, you know, red dot blonde hair babies. And the mom and the father, like, you can't come home.
No.
It was awful. Yeah, it was wild. But that happens, though. I've seen that happen a lot. You know what I mean? And then it's like, now it's that struggle. Like, you might get the Indian woman to end up with the black guy. Now here comes the struggle of the two cultures. You trying to put your culture into the baby.
Right.
And then you got on the other side. He going in.
He talking about you.
Go ahead. Keep going.
What I say?
Before we even start. It's all good.
No, but I'm basically just saying that now you got to struggle with that culture because you didn't marry within it. And you know your culture is strong. You know it's strong. Y'all like you got promised at 12. Like your path was already set up. Homeboy already in business school. You said.
But that's, I mean, it's just a similar, like I said, it's just a similar sentiment of my parallels to this before we go to one of our second last video is that I know in the United States we talk about like, oh, like it only applies to us. I just want to make that parallel that other cultures also, you know, the impacts of that, and it depends on what you want. She chose, and she takes full accountability of I chose to do this. And I'm happy I took this path. I love my kids and I love my husband. So it is what it is. But I understand that I couldn't be in that culture anymore. And so what I'm getting at is in America, a lot of times the women will be like, hey, I deserve to still be able to do what I want to do and not adhere to any kind of rules. And I'm just saying, it ain't just America. Like, if that is the expectation of what people consider to be of value, is, you know, having something that no one else has had or following whatever rules, and that's what people consider to be. Now you can go find.
Has always been,
and you can go find someone or some area, something or some culture that does not consider that to be that. But I would probably recommend that you don't live in a state where that's like what they expect the girls to be like. You need to go to a more
So if you want mud and grease, then you should come to America because
I said like a more liberal area because all America ain't like that either. All America ain't like that.
That is very true, but a lot
all
of
America is not like don't come over here thinking you going on one of these rule some of these rule or red states or some places where they just got a tight-knit community, because guess what, they gonna know, everybody gonna know you smashed Stevie, his cousin, his brother, and now everybody knocking on your door. I heard you got that coochie looking crazy.
And it's almost expected when you come across the right one. You understand me? They're gonna already know, like, oh, you was kicking it with him. Oh yeah, he definitely, because I did it, girl. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like
your reputation or some of that. But it's not all, like I said, it's not all of America is necessarily like that. But I'm just saying, you know, there are levels of your decisions create where you're going to end up being. And I appreciated, respected her for that. I just wanted to bring it to the forefront. Speaking of respect, y'all, let's talk about Captain Planet, because I did not actually know this. I know it's a terrible, it's a crazy shot, right?
That is crazy. That is crazy. What decision did she? She made a crazy decision, didn't she?
Captain Planet wasn't made to save the planet. It was made to destroy a billionaire's enemies, and it worked. Ted Turner lost $300 million in June 1989. Oil lobby blocked his Class A clean energy investment in solar. 2 months.
Did y'all know that? I actually did not know that was about Ted Turner. I'll continue.
I didn't know it was
Later,
about Ted Turner.
Yeah, so
I didn't.
this was informative for me because I know we talk about the environment, we talk about the data centers. Now, we'll get to that in a second. What I think, but we'll keep
Captain
going.
Planet
he
was
approved
my
Captain
shit, too. I was over
Planet,
here
Fortune
being a
magazine.
nerd about Captain Planet. Go Planet!
We're the
March
Planeteers.
9th.
You should be one
Be
too.
one too.
The same with their planet. It's the thing to
Thing
do.
to do.
Looting and polluting is not the way. Hear what Captain Planet has to say. The bitches are
power
yours.
It's
I'm sorry.
yours.
That's we.
Wow.
1992. Turner
That
admitted,
was
Captain
y'all.
Planet is propaganda. I spent $20 million to make this show. Call it revenge. I call it justice. Notice the villains. Hoggish Greedley, Greedy Pig, Oil Baron, Loot and Plunder, Corporate CEO, Verminous Scum, Chemical Pollution. Real companies barely disguised. Count how many episodes oil is the villain. 17 out of 95. Episode 1, September 1990. Oil spill. Exxon Valdez happened March 1989. Episode 7, Deforestation. Chico Mendez assassinated December 1988. Every episode aired weeks after real disasters. Had you noticed villains never learn? 44 appearances of
That's crazy. So basically, he made this off of real situations and real people. So they're giving
It's
the numbers on that.
absolutely insane.
It's insane. I had no clue until I was, this years old when I figured that out, found that out. So I'll continue. I know there's music in the background, so hopefully we don't get flagged, y'all.
Hoggish
That's
Greedley.
crazy.
Zero redemption. Turner wanted corporations seen.
I think we can just cut the music on that.
Yeah.
But it said that, they in 91 they sued him for defamation. So long story short, Captain Planet is doing the work of calling out actual
Events.
issues. Yeah, and events.
it's actual,
And, like,
all of
on
it, every episode is based on an actual environmental event that happened.
That is crazy.
22 Turner
That's why they
lost
were suing. Yeah.
20 million. Wow.
Let's say 2.1 billion is what that's worth.
1.1 billion destroyed. Wow, it's crazy. And 30 million kids never know they were soldiers is what it says. So we all, this is a crazy view. I'm sorry, I didn't realize
recycling and shit.
Yeah.
Because
Why she shake it like
mad
that?
at his friends because Ted Turner's rich too.
Why she shaking it like that though?
Oh, it's crazy.
Ooh, that thing got
So
some oil.
She was
Shout
like,
out
the
to-
power.
It's yours.
So shout out to Captain Planet. I did not know that was a little known fact for y'all, but as we talk about this, I wanted to bring it back to the data centers. And I don't know who would make this, but I think it would be pretty fire if somebody made something like that about the data centers and AI. Now, I don't have them kind of creativity hands, but if I did and use that as a model, it'd be even crazier is to use AI to talk about AI to make a Captain Planet like AI version. Drop some drip in the comments. Would y'all watch something like that? Because you literally could almost make each one of those the main bots be the main characters. I'm not gonna say any.
It was also
guy,
funny
bad
where
guy.
Don Cheadle was Captain Planet too. So that was, y'all looked that one up back in the day. Don Cheadle was Captain Planet.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and they made
He
like
was.
a
He was. That's funny.
yeah.
Was
So
that SNL?
that's on YouTube. I think it might have been too racy to even be on SNL.
That's
but
crazy.
yeah.
I do
gotta
remember
go and
that,
look
though.
up. Yeah, because he was on some gangster stuff. So yeah.
Drop some drip in the comments.
That's like
Would
back in
y'all-
that Dave Chappelle era.
Y'all see that? Drop some drip in the comments if y'all have seen it.
You could
Drop
be
some drip
one
in the
too.
comments too. Would you be interested in a new age Captain Planet? I just wanted to drop a little drip on y'all. Just put a little
Yeah.
something out in the universe. That could be
Atlas
could be
Inspector. Call it Atlas Inspector. Short for AI.
fire.
I might write that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, so finally, we're gonna end with a little bit of funny, a little political funny. So one thing I did not know is let me give you all a backstory before I say this because this might offend somebody, and I need them to understand why it's not meant to offend. Baby Bush might be the funniest president ever. Now, why do I call him Baby Bush, y'all? Story time, real quick. When I was in junior high, we didn't have middle school back then. But when I was in junior high, one of my teachers, world history, we learned about obviously the world in history. She used to call the presidents Baby Bush and Daddy Bush. Now to this day, y'all, I don't know which one's HW. I don't even know. I literally call them Baby Bush and Daddy Bush, okay? And I talk about Baby Bush in this video. Now, I want y'all to think real quick. Think back to your teachers. Do you think they were conservatives or liberals? As I thought back on this story. Lady had short hair. And at the time, I'm gonna be real with you, I thought she was like a chemo survivor or something. I didn't know that she was just like liberal white woman. Okay. And the way she ended up she was in Nepal. She did like Peace Corps, stuff like that. She ended up getting married to a Marine and they had a son. But I really thought she was like some kind of like survivor, but no, she just cut all her hair off and decided she was going to do her. But yeah, so she would call him, even on our test, you'd have to write Daddy Bush or Baby Bush. Now, based on what I've heard from just these interactions, I would have thought that this guy was like horrible. I did not know he was funny. I'm gonna show y'all how funny he is. Now, some of y'all that's probably older than me might have already seen some of these scenes, but I had not seen these scenes. So drop some drip in the comments. I want to know, do y'all think this is funny too? Any of these are funny, not funny? Let me know.
Are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
Did you hear that? He said too many OBGYNs can't practice their love with women across the country. Is crazy. Ready for the next one, y'all?
Minister of India? The new Prime Minister of India is, no.
I oppose breaching those dams. I know that human being and fish can coexist peacefully. If you're a single mother with 2 children, which is the toughest job in America as far as I'm concerned, and you're working hard to put food on your family, teach a child to read, and he or her will be able to pass a literacy test. Families is where our nation finds hope, where wings take dream. And I know the speculation.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, homeboy's dip game was on.
Hey, his
on
dip
500.
game was crazy. He was. Ooh, I'm like, damn, the way he ducked his shoe and a question. Those are 2 things he was good at ducking back in the day: shoes and questions.
Now the post says, imagine if we had social media in his era. Man,
Oh, that would be.
That's why
it would
this
actually
is
be way
hilarious.
more entertaining. I'm just gonna say.
That's why it was so funny. Because
Yeah,
that's why it was so funny, because we see it all the time.
Yeah,
right.
the shoe toss does live rent free in my head. It will never get old. I don't care.
We went home,
But I'm the
barefooted.
decider, and I decide what is best. And what's best is for Don Rumsfeld to remain as the Secretary of Defense. I hear there's rumors on the internets.
And one of the things I've used on the Google is to pull up maps.
The Google. The Google.
The internets.
The internets, y'all.
The internets and the
care about
Google. You know he's from Texas. That's Texas
Right.
back in the day.
GW.
Have filters on internets. There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you.
Shame on you.
You can't
fool me. We can't get fooled again.
That's where Drake got that for some of you youngins.
You can't fool me
That's J. Cole.
again. Shit.
A fool can't be fooled again. Oh, crazy.
Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
That was just crazy, y'all. I had to drop we gotta drop a little drip, a little bit of political humor for y'all before we get out of here. I thought that was massively hilarious. Like I said, the perspective that was given to me was nowhere near that. He was absolutely hilarious. I don't even think he meant to be hilarious.
No, he was just stupid. He was just dumb.
Y'all some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that Baby Bush is funnier than Donald Trump? Do you think they are similar personalities? Do y'all think there's a funnier president we not thinking about? Drop some drip in the comments. He might be top tier. I did not know he was that dang funny.
He was just country dumb. Like he was so dumb. Some of the stuff he said was smart and funny at the same. It was, man, that was a time. His face when them builders got hit. They told him he was looking in the book. He said,
damn, yeah. He literally had to grow up in front of everybody with like.
He sat there
shit.
like, damn.
Yeah.
Daddy can't get me out of this one. I gotta really do some shit.
Yeah.
As sad as that was, he really was stuck, man. I never forget that. Tower 1 just went down, President. And he said, oh yeah, Reagan was hilarious. No, the Reagan story that I don't know if y'all heard the story about Reagan talking to the little girl about wanting to be president.
Nah.
Okay, so a friend of his daughter came up to him and he asked her, what do you want to be? She said, what do you want to be when you grow up? She said, I want to be president of the United States. Ronald Reagan says, well, as president, what do you want to do? He said that I want to combat homeless. I want to get a house for all the homeless people or whatever. So Ronald Reagan said, okay. And she says, well, he said, well, listen, this is what we're going to do. We'll take the homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bring them. Basically, she said she wanted some money. So he said, this is what we're going to have you do. I'm going to have you go ahead and you mow my lawn and I'm going to pay you. And then you can take that money and give it to that homeless person so they got somewhere to stay. And she said, well, Mr. Reagan, why don't the homeless person just come over and mow the lawn and get paid? He said, my dear, now you're a Republican.
Wow.
And her folks never spoke to him again after that. They were diehard Democrats. I love that story. Wow. It's on YouTube somewhere.
That's wild, but very clever. She was like, wait a minute.
Why am I gotta give him my money I just made? Why can't he just come mow your lawn and make the money himself? My dear, you are a Republican.
That's crazy. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all got any other presidents that y'all think are clever or just funny? Just maybe said some dumb stuff. That's fine too. Let us know. Maybe we start ending on like a clever tip. Drop some drip. Let us know. Should we end in a clever political or news tip? Might not be a bad idea.
I like that. See, I'm about to be cooking now. I like that.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all hopping in and staying around with us. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't yet. Make sure you hit that subscribe. You ain't subscribed? Are you subscribed? If you're not, go ahead. Hit that button. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. We appreciate it. Make sure you tell 2 people you like and someone you don't. We're here every Friday here to give y'all that late night drip. You might as well come and watch.
We here.
Hang out with us.
Might as well. Go ahead so you can get notified. I am bringing back
Wow, that's diabolical, Joe.
That's deep. That's deep. Joe's been out of pocket for weeks. That's my dog, though.
Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate it. I am your co-host, Jeff Jones.
I'm your man, Plain Dane.
Like, I guess. You're like, I'm going to bed. All right, y'all. We out here. We'll see y'all next Friday night. Super duper late, like we always do. We appreciate y'all. See y'all next Friday.
Peace. Good one.
Where's your? You were supposed to do something. Where's your thing? I can't.
I don't know. Shit, I ain't got one yet. We'll figure it out.
Feel the groove, feel the vibe deep inside. Baseline humming, hearts align. Times stand still, it's our design. Drop our daily flow. Jam and Dane, you already know. Drip, drop, watch the city glow. Let's take it slow.